Got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but be not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, tell the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. Just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And listen, we're back in the building. If you were on the birthday live last night, then you know we were up until the wee hours. I mean, the late hours of this morning, if I'm being honest. But we are last here today, y'all, because it's time for The Shy, Season 6, Episode 10, and I am not alone. So without further ado, let's bring everyone up. Let's start with Mr. The VACAY-JayTV. How are you doing today, Jay? How are you?
Great morning. How are you doing, party animal?
You know what? I'm here.
Yeah.
None worse for the wear, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't partied like that in a very long time, Jay.
Happy birthday again. Happy birthday.
Thank you. How are you this morning? Because you were up too. I mean, you're on the West Coast, but you were, you were still up.
Oh no, I'm great. I'm feeling good. It was, I'm 3 hours behind you guys. So, I was able to get a little bit of rest. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun. Last night was fun, man. I wish you guys, if you didn't see it, man, it was definitely fun.
Yeah, it's in the vault. It's locked away. Maybe when I get some time to review all 4+ hours.
Ooh, yes.
Of the live, maybe I can, release segments, pieces, parts, just for sheer amusement and laughter, But let's say hello to everyone who's in the building, because we have people here already, Jay.
Already.
Hey, DeMarcus. Hey, DeMarcus.
Check the private chat when you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's up now. How about now?
Okay. Sounds a little better.
Okay. Hey, DeMarcus, how are you doing on today? Let's see. Hey, Denise.
What's up,
Hey, Denise. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, Monique Nicole, another night owl. Okay. All the night owls are in the building. We have Monique 69 Ways Johnson as well. Hey, sis. How are you? Hey, Matthew. Okay. And DeMarcus, we haven't even asked yet, but he's coming through with the ratings for this week's episode, and he says it was a solid 8. Okay. DeMarcus says, I think Alonzo could be Rob's father.
I said that. I did say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, fun. Yeah. Hey, Tremaine, how are you? How are you?
Hey.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Y'all are gonna bear with us today. We're gonna get it good, but you sound good. Are you coming on? Okay. Hey, Queen. Oh wow, what's going on? And let's do that right now while we're waiting, Jay. This episode, episode 10, did it meet your expectations? A scale of 1 to 10. What did you rate this episode?
Okay. I would have to give it. Whoever's in the back in the studio in the green room, cut your mic off until you are brought up. Yeah, I would have to give it a 7.5. It was to me, this was a setup episode. Um, oh, there she is. All right, 7.5. And yeah, it was a solid setup episode. We'll get into the details later.
I was going to say, okay, why is 7.5? That's a very specific rating, but okay.
Yeah.
And how about you, Candy? Out of a scale of 1 to 10, what did you rate last night's episode?
Well, hello, everybody. I'm still tired from Ashley's party last night. Ashley had me out like I'm gonna be kind. Ashley had me out late last night, But it was all fun. It was all good, clean fun, adult fun. That's what we were doing, adulting in a nice, clean environment. But I will give this episode a 7.5 as well. I'll keep it there.
Okay.
Yes.
I might come in on the low end, y'all. I was really bored. And I watched it for the second time today. And I'm just not in my right state of mind, as you know. And this is a disclaimer for everyone watching the replay. And if you are watching the replay, put in hashtag replay gang in that for us. But yeah, I'm preface this by saying this is just going to be maybe a little bit different today, just a little bit of a different Shy Review Live. But no, I watched it a second time today. And I was still waiting for some part of it to get me. I will say I laughed out loud at a couple of parts though. So, I'm going to say a 7. I'll say a 7. I agree with Jay. Definitely a kind of one of those filler episodes. Okay. All right, let's get right into. I'm still something. And I just
except for Jay.
Yes, I'm bright and peachy. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I've been drinking my water. See, after you go to the party, you gotta rehydrate with some water.
I got my water, Jay. It's just not
okay.
It's just not giving
it's not
everything
coagulating.
There you are, Ashley. I can hear you now. I can hear you. This is the after party. No, this is the hangover, right? That's what they call it. The hangover.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. Monique says, "Hey, Candy girl." It was amazing to see Reagan Gomez. Yeah, we'll get into Zaria Matthews. Absolutely. I said, Zaria,
Yes.
is that you? Yeah.
I named my great niece after her.
From the Parenthood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, her name is Azaria, but it came from her, from Reagan Gomez.
Gotcha.
And she's graduating high school in a couple weeks.
Wow.
Sweet baby. Okay,
Baby's
y'all.
growing up.
Let's get right into it. Okay. The Shy season 6, episode 10. We start out with Trig, aka Victor. People want to call him Victor now, but we got to remember him. We got to remember Trig and all of his Trigness as he's up there presenting to who I believe is the Black Caucus, right? About funding for a program in the city. And he's kind of flashing back, right? As he's giving his speech and he's thinking, I really used to pull that trigger, right? And we're seeing the flashbacks. But this episode, I think, was largely about him and what his journey is going to be like for the rest of this season. Candy, let's start with you. What did you think about Trig in this episode? What did you think about his abduction? Everything that kind of happened with him throughout episode 10.
So in the beginning of the episode, we see him doing the flashbacks, and I'm like, okay, what is going on with him? But I'm like, is he finna change his mind and just forget about it and just become Trigger Man again? Like, what is going on? But of course, we see that they found the car, and him and Duda, and now he has a war wound scar. I'm kind of worried about him. Like, where is his mental? Is he on the brink of going back, or does he want to stay and press forward? I'm not sure about him.
We will definitely see. And I can see that because it does feel like, okay, I just can't win, right? That's what I put on
Mhm.
this slide because it's like I want to do the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing, but every time I take 2 steps forward, I kind of get pulled back. So, Jay, we saw who abducted him. We did the final predictions on Monday, and I know a lot of people had a lot of different thoughts. What did you think about this whole abduction scene? Was it who you thought it was going to be? What'd you think of that?
Well, first off, we were right. We were right in saying it was Duda because that was the last slide that I put up. You know, somebody else, I think it was Amina, she said she thought it was the lawyer dude or whatever trying to abduct her. No. So we were right. And yeah, it was along the lines of kind of what I said, because I said that I thought Duda found out that they were investigating and that's why they pulled him up. But no, this was strictly about him trying to find out if it was Trig trying to get at him, trying to take him out. And Trig made, you know, that great statement, like, if I was going to take you out, bro, like I wouldn't miss. Like,
Period.
you be done. All right. And I did try to take you out, but he didn't tell him that, right?
Mhm.
He ain't telling me he rolled up into the smoke spot and almost smoked Bakari, right? But the great part about this, and I saw kind of like their after party, had an after party discussion. And Luke James was talking about how Victor headbutted him, and it felt real good because he feels like everybody wanted to headbutt Duda because Duda is always in somebody's space trying to intimidate them, you know, just like he was with Preacher Man and everybody else. So when he headbutted him, he's like, yeah, it felt real good, but then he got an eye jammy from Duda. So you're right, he can't win. And as far as going back and forth, as far as going back and forth from the streets to being a politician, this is the fine line that he is trying to, you know, kind of like, you know, try to balance on. And it's very hard for him to stay out of the street level because it's easy to go back to that because he's dealing with a street dude. So when you're dealing with a street dude, it's easier to just kind of be like, you know what, let me go back to the street method and just take this dude out. But I'm trying to help the community. And that's the hard part.
Yeah, because now he's a spokesperson for the hood. I mean, he's the face of it, right? He's put all these initiatives in place and he's moving. Now, what I thought was interesting, a lot of just about these kind of things, because we'll get into the later stuff with him, but Miss Tony Childs lurking in the background. Candy, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think Duda's being smart having her here in all of these inopportune, really personal business types of spaces? What did you think about her being in the background watching the exchange between Duda and Victor?
I didn't give it much. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I was like, what is she doing there? I did say that. Like, what is she doing there? What is her purpose? Why does she need to see him be physical with another, another adult human or whatever? Is she going to tell what she saw? Is she going to have something to hold over him? Is that going to be something against Trig because she knows what he did? Why Duda's doing what he's doing? I didn't really know where to put her in being around this because I know that she's working with Alicia too, and Alicia has something that she wants her to do. So I didn't really know. I didn't really get a feel of what she really was doing here
in this moment.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you think? What do you think about Tony Child's presence in Duda's life? Is she being strategic at this point? Why do you think Duda's holding her so close? I'm just curious. This is what popped in my mind when I was watching.
Well, I think this is all part of the plan, right? You know, last episode it was like, okay, I need to call in that favor. So I think her going and reconnecting more so with Duda, yeah, she's going to ride by his side and she's going to get as close as she needs to find out whatever she needs to for Alicia's plan to be in place. So this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. What up, everybody?
DeMarcus says, I think Bianca called Alicia's attorney Alonzo to defend Victor. That is why Bianca was there. Okay, interesting.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey, Tamika's Den. Welcome. Another late night. Matthew says, can't call him Trig. He's a civilian now. Please refer to him as Victor. I mean, I'll go in between because sometimes he's still He feels like Trig to me. I can't help it.
Mhm.
But let's keep going. Let's see. Emmett and Keisha this episode, honey. They had a lot going on. Jada and Darnell babysitting the kids for them so they can have a night out. But before they go out, letting Emmett know that, if anything happens to y'all, we got the kids, which I thought was a little foreboding. I didn't necessarily like that. Then we see them have a night out on the dance floor. Keisha's twerking and working, and Emmett is living his best life. They bump into Zaria Matthews, and Zaria might have opened up Keisha's mind about the future and what that could look like for her. And then finally, we see Emmett and Alicia. Baby, what you need? You need that. You need that new PlayStation. How much money you need, baby? I can help you, Jay. What did you think about Emmett's interactions this episode? What do you think about all of this? Let me know.
Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. That since that conversation, he's a little bit more, suave bolo, like, yeah, baby, we got to get back to us, let's make this happen. He's, like I said, he's been more confident since this part 2. And I like seeing him in this light. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we gonna handle this. Don't worry about it. I got it. We gonna do this. Like, just lean on me. Let's make it happen. So I like to see him in this light. I like to see this confidence. Let's see how far it goes.
Okay. What about you, Candy?
For me, for one, I didn't realize they had 4 kids altogether. Because when he picked them up, I'm like, sir, you need a van. But anyway, yeah, because I'm like, you got 4 kids. So yeah. But I did see that what's her name? Zaria, what's her Karen?
In the show? I have no idea. She was
Zaria. So Zaria's character, you can see that she did peak like make her like a light bulb turn on when she said, I'm not gonna be tied to a man and all these kids. And then later on we see her like when they was getting intimate, he was like, let me get a condom. And she was like, no, just be careful. I'm like, okay, that piqued your curiosity just a little bit, but now you're telling him don't. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, that, I don't know. They look, but they did have fun. I enjoyed them being in the club. I didn't like her outfit. It was ill-fitting. I like
the outfit. I like that outfit.
I'm sure you did, Jay. But we know why.
Listen, she was sharing all that chocolate. Come on now.
She looks good. She looks good. It was just the top was ill-fitting. But anyway, the Dante and what's his name?
Emmett.
Yes, y'all had me up too late. Dante. It was okay. I'm gonna everybody. It's 5:00. Okay.
Drink some water. You'll be all right.
But their conversation. It seemed why was he so about Tiff? Yeah, how you did Tiff with Dante. I'm like, why we got to bring up somebody else? We having a good time. Don't bring up the past.
Well, I'll say in response to that, you did feel the vibe. He's a very flirtatious type of dude. You can feel his energy, you know what I'm saying? Especially looking at Keisha with the outfit that you really don't like. So I think Emmett picked that up. Like, yeah, you don't look like you a mother. Like, come on, dog. Like, for real, back down. You know what it is. Like, she with me. Oh, I'm just trying to be nice. Okay, just like you was with Tiff. Yeah. We know how you move, dog. Like, relax. Like, you got to relax. So I appreciate Emmett in that moment to be like, dog, chill. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I know who you are. You mess with my baby mama. Relax. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Okay, he was flirtatious, and Keisha was kind of looking like, yeah, like I give it to you if you want it. That's how she kind of looked, but maybe she was just excited about somebody looking at her. I don't know, because she's not used to going out.
Because we got to remember, Keisha, was in high school and she was messing with the coach, messing with Emmett, messing with Nuck, right? And then it was like the traumatic stuff happened and she was kind of closed down for that season. She was comfortable with Emmett. So he kind of helped to bring her out of that after Mr. Nice Guy. And now I think she's like, well, maybe I am beautiful. I mean, after hearing Zaria, she's like, maybe I don't need to be locked down. Maybe I can have a good time. But I definitely thought that exchange was interesting. And I think that we will see more of that play out later in the season. But to get to the top right hand, okay, Alicia and Emmett, they're going over. Emmett goes over to the new spot, right, where Tiff is residing, one of Alicia's other properties. And Alicia's
Tiff was
like, baby,
looking good, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt. Tiff was looking really like backside was like, dang. I was like, who is that? Oh, that's Tiff. Oh, dang, I didn't know she had all that.
Yeah, everybody was beautiful. They always looks good in this. They always look good.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? So Emmett talks to Keisha, and I really like that. I will say that in this episode, I was like, okay, I can see why y'all are together. It really seemed like they liked each other genuinely. She was even like, thank you, Emmett, for telling me the truth, for telling me everything that happened, when you met with Duda, what the arrangement is. And we now know, he says his plan is I want to see him destroy each other. You know what I mean? And so kind of like what we talked about in Final Predictions, that he might try to play both sides for a season. Don't know how that's going to work out for him. What do you think? I'll start with Candy. What do you think? Is that going to work out for Emmett? Is he capable of playing both sides?
I don't think he can play, but he can play both sides to an extent. He can't go but so far because he's not that street dude. He's not that guy. So I don't think he can go but so far with playing both sides. If he tries to do it, Doodle will sniff him out. As well as Alicia will sniff him out, I believe. It's not but so far. I think he can go by doing that. He's not that streetwise. He's not a street dude, so I don't think he can do that.
I don't think so either. What about you, Jay? Is Emmett going to be capable of playing both sides, even temporarily?
No, I think this part of this season, I think he's not going to have a choice, right? He's going to have to adapt because he wants to live, number one. And number two, I think Alicia is going to give him some alternatives to play into her plan and play into the overall plan, which is to get rid of Duda. So I think Emmett is going to make an attempt. He may do well. He may not do well as far as playing both sides, but he's going to have to do it for the sake of keeping Keisha and the family and the kids. I think he's going to step up the best way he can.
Okay. Matthew Wilson says they were both getting influenced by Dante and Zaria. They wasn't used to that club life. So
it was funny because they couldn't hang. They couldn't hang.
Right. He was like, I'm tired. She was like, my feet hurt. I was like, girl, I am with you.
He's like, I'm been ready to go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. And then when they went home, it seemed like they were like it was 8 o'clock at night, not late. It seemed like they were like, why are y'all still on the couch? Why y'all not in the bed?
Listen, they wasn't too tired to.
Show.
They did that. I think Keisha's going to get pregnant. India Cox says, "Lord, that they like to get us pregnant on the show." So
they do. Why everybody wants us to be impregnated with child? Well, blood mixing. Why?
Duda texting Tracy while having dinner with Bianca. Honey, that's a soul time. Tracy and Duda got Darnell cracked me up the top right sequence. I was saying the same thing before he said it. Goodness. Tiff telling Emmett to sell Keisha cheese dip at Smokey's was a great idea. It actually was. That was a great idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nope, gonna have to blow back if he do that. Yeah. Marcus still don't know that Rashad smashed Tiara. What was before him though, right? So can Marcus say anything about what happened before he and Tiara started smashing? I don't know.
He could, because all that time, like Marcus is thinking, like, "Oh, here's my new girl," and Shad ain't come forth. Like, if that was your man, I don't think they cool like that. I don't think they like boys like that. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, whether Marcus knows or not, if he gets mad or not, don't matter. Like, Shad ain't Marcus's boy. Shad has no obligation to Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
They just in the brother circle together. They'll be all right anyway. Yeah. Hey Latoya, hey sis. Yeah, we missed you last night.
Hey.
We'll definitely fill you in on the backside. All right, next, let's see. Okay. So So Jabari, right? Linnea goes to class, and it's what I thought, right? That he got the opportunity to audit Professor Wayne's class, and he really enjoyed it. And I loved seeing him kind of have like this zest for knowledge and learning, right? He even goes back to the bro circle and it's like, look, y'all, I want to do something different. I want to do something better. I want to be more. And again, I'm scared for my baby. But he gets an introduction with the professor, right? And because Linnea was like, is it okay that I bring my man to come to the class? And he's like, well, you know, we have to follow university protocols, you know, and he's like, but I can tutor you after school. Of course, Bakari misses the first session. He's late. And so Professor Wayne's like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do it, bro. And then Bakari appeals to his better nature, says, look, professor, if you don't do this for me, if I don't get this opportunity, I might not make it. The professor says, okay, but here's a journal. Okay. Here's a journal, Bakari. I want you to write all your deepest, darkest thoughts and events and actions from the time you were born.
Is that what's in that book right there? Is that
Jay? I'm nervous about this diary. I don't need Bakari to write down everything he done did. How did you feel about this whole storyline with the professor and Bakari this episode?
Well, first, shout out to Lene, right? Because Lene really cares about Bakari. And that's evident. After everything, him, you know, them getting caught with the stolen car and everything and ruining the whole prom night and everything, right? And her possibly having a record or not having a record because they got, you know, taken into, you know, the police station last part of the episode, part of the season. She really loves him. You know what I mean? So for her to go out of her way to say, hey, you know what? I know you want to move forward. I know you want to, you know, do better. Come to my class, like learn something new. You know what I mean? So, you know, I like that part. And I like the fact that, you know, Professor Gardner, that's his name, Gardner, right? Said, you know what? I'll tutor you. I love that. He was like, yo, even though, you know, I'll tutor you, man. Like, come through, I'll tutor you, which is cool. But he was trying to teach him a lesson when he was running in there late. Hey, you know what? It's over. No, please, please, please. I need you to save my life. So for him to go out of his way like this, it's obvious that Professor Gardner sees something in Bakari and he really wants to help him move forward in life. So I love that part about the professor. I love the fact that, hey, I thought about that too. When he gave him the journal, I was like, I hope and pray that Bakari doesn't get so comfortable and so close to other life, right? Of being with Duda and the unalivements and the straps. And I hope he doesn't get that close where he exposes that. But there's a possibility, right? Because Bakari's looking for a father figure. You know, Papa's gone, right? That was like his dude. That was his dad. You know, he took him in. You know, he told Bakari, stay at the table. You part of this family. So, you know, hopefully he doesn't get so close where he exposes stuff and then he gets in trouble. Then Professor Gardner has to tell somebody about it. And then I don't want to see Bakari locked up because of his association, you know? So,
and that's my thing. That was my biggest, because I love the vulnerability in Bakari this episode to really, because for him to like literally beg or ask in that way is completely out of character for who we've seen Bakari as in the past. So it took a level of humility for him to do that. And I loved the response from the professor. But again, I'm just nervous about that. And I'm like, is this another Professor Jabari situation? Like, are you going to try to take this young man's story? Because he is a lit professor. I don't know if he's an author, but listen, my mind is churning. I just want this whole thing to be on the up and up. That's what I need.
I don't think Professor Gardner is anything close to the trash ass Professor Jabari, like at all. Like, I think Professor Gardner is a really good dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Professor Gardner is like, oh, I'm writing a book. By the way, you know, write down everything in this journal and give it to me so then I can put it in my book and I'll pay you whatever. Nah, I don't think we're gonna go down that dark chapter. That's whole different writers.
DeMarcus Vaughn says Professor Gardner sees Dwayne Wayne and Whitley and Bakari and Lene. It's very cute. It gives all the vibes.
Yeah.
Latoya says, Bakari better ask Terrence about Professor Wayne. He don't play about being late. Not with Lena James or Terrence. We know. Professor Wayne didn't play. I'm glad he got them blickies out the house. Absolutely. Bakari sees Pastor Stanley, Jackson, and Professor Gardner.
Father figure. Yep.
Good observation, DeMarcus. Bakari writing in a journal is like, I'm telling, that's what I felt, DeMarcus, in my heart. In my heart of hearts, that's what I felt. Jay says we're not going to see that. I hope we don't see it. I'm just,
No, you forgot one more comment right there.
What?
Monique 69 ways right there.
I put that up, Jay, before.
That
I agree, Jay. I agree. So, Candy, we were talking about Bakari and Professor Gardner and this journal. What was your take on this whole situation with Bakari and the professor?
It made me think about Tariq and Professor. It took me back to Power. It did. Instantly it did. And then I'm like, if he writes this journal and tell his story, is he going to turn it into a film? Or like, my mind went there. It did, but I'm glad that he let him in because he really wants something different for his life. And I appreciate him being honest with him by saying, either I'm gonna be dead or in jail if you don't help me,
Yeah.
And I appreciated, him being open and honest with a total stranger. And he let him in, and I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that he was able to have someone that he could talk to. Hopefully he will turn the corner soon.
I do too. I hope that I want the best for my baby because I want the best for him.
Yes. He's so sweet.
Y'all. Listen, we saw Ike come out. We saw Ike come out of Brittany. In my opinion, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think at some point Brittany might be from the Slappa somebody tribe. You know what I mean? So we get to see Brittany, Gemma, and a new boo thing sitting on her lap, that Gemma doesn't like in the studio. Gemma's giving her constructive feedback because, your music is okay, Brittany, but it could be better. And Brittany says, girl, shut up. It the music. Your job, your job is to get out there and get this money. All right. My job is to sit here and collect. That's what Brittany came off. It was very much giving pimp. Okay. Gemma didn't like that. I'll start with you, Candy. What did you think of this whole exchange with Brittany's attitude, with Gemma's whatever? How'd you feel?
I like your caption, true colors, because the true colors were shining through. I'm glad it happened now versus later. Hopefully she can back off of her. Even though we're 10 grand in for whatever she is doing for her. I hate it. Well, no, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad Gemma was able to see that this girl is not who I thought she was. I'm not going to be the only one. She doesn't mind flaunting people in my face. So, hey, I'm glad she saw it now versus later when she's like maybe too deep in to it, where she can now get back put her mindset back where it's supposed to be. And that's with Jake. But if it doesn't happen, it'll be her own fault.
I need Gemma to stay away from everybody until she finds herself. I need her to leave baby Jake alone. And Jake gonna move on, but we'll get to that in another slide. Jay, what did you think of this situation? What'd you think? What'd you think, Brittany? And
I mean, it's another Lucille moment. You know what I'm saying? You basically played yourself because, you just went along just to go along. And shout out to Jake because Jake called it. He said, hey, she gonna be your pimp. That's exactly how she was acting. I ain't pay you to critique the music. I just paid you to give me some gigs, right? You got all these people in the studio now. You know what I mean? She all a celebrity. Well, my stuff is good. You don't think my stuff is amazing? You know what I'm saying? So this eventually was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. And now that we're seeing a little bit more of the backdrop of why Brittany is really there, we know that she doesn't have good intentions at all. And she really is overconfident within herself. So we're seeing just this real arrogant, side, and just way worse than her brother, you know what I'm saying, could ever be, because her attitude just stinks and she thinks she's all of that. So, eventually, Gemma, she has explored too much to the point that now she's going to get the negative side of the exploration. And she's going to have to experience that and take it right on the chin. And your boy Jake, it's obvious what Jake is about to do. So
we gonna get to that.
we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Yeah.
What do you think of DeMarcus's comment right here? It seems like Brittany is replacing Dre now, and Gemma is jealous like Nina.
Very good. That's a good observation, bro. Shout out to you. I like that. Yeah. I do.
Matthew says, Bakari getting more and more positive people to look up to in his life. Eventually, he'll start to get away from the street life, but will it let him? Listen, that's the question. That's the ultimate question. Yeah. Now, DeMarcus, I don't agree with this. I actually think Jake is a good guy. I do. I think if I don't know. I don't compare him to Brittany. I think Brittany's selfish. She seems underhanded. She seems like a conniver. And I mean, we kind of see the back dealings that she's doing, her bad attitude. I think Jake is just honest. I don't think Jake meant, like when he said, "Oh, that's your pimp now," talking to Gemma, he was just telling the truth. I don't think it was like malicious intent.
I think what DeMarcus is saying is the attitude that Jake used to have, right? Like Jake, let's be clear and remember, Jake stole Kevin's girl, knowing that Gemma was messing around with Kevin. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I used to call him Jake the Snake. Because Jake, even before that, Jake was like trying to pull Kevin's girls. You know what I'm saying? So I know where DeMarcus is going. Like, Jake was bad. Now he's turning a little bit good, but we'll see how long that lasts. So I kind of know where he's going as far as the characteristics of the past and how Jake used to be. So I get it.
And
I wonder where Brittany's attitude came from.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Is it because she had company and now you think you can just have an attitude and say stuff to me? You know, people show out in front of company. Like, is that her thing?
I think it's just her. I think it was just coming out. I think it was going to come out. Yeah, I think it was just going to come out either way. But yeah, I always like Jake. Whatever that little girl bros over, we know what it is. I don't know. I just never thought Jake was a bad kid. You know what I mean? Brittany just seems kind of bad to me. But
seem evil, right?
Yeah. Nefarious intent. All right. Now, y'all, this sent me. All right, because we see Shad and he's in the car. Darnell got Jada's house coat on and came out and said, "I see my boy out here. Listen, in the car. Come on, baby. Come on in the house. Because what are you doing? How did y'all feel about Shad?" We also saw him in the bros circle, and he's saying, "I can't eat. I can't sleep without her. I miss my baby. I want my woman back." Yeah, let's just talk about that, and then we'll get into more about Shad because I got slides for that too. But what y'all think about how far he's fallen? How he's feeling, post the breakup. I'll start with you, Candy.
I was confused because he doesn't have money to get a hotel. Like, I don't know. You got to sleep in your car, and then it's you fish bowling, sleeping in Chicago on the street. Like, everybody can see you. You're not afraid of being taken out, somebody stealing your vehicle. I don't know. But then you're sleeping in front of his house instead of just knocking on his door asking to go in. Like, you're right there. Why not ask? You have all these people that you're around. Why not ask them for the couch again? Just take it. Okay, I messed up. Now I need some help. Versus you letting somebody come to you. Like, you putting yourself out there in front of them with the sad face, waiting on them to tell you to come in. Why are you outside of his house like that? It's crazy. You're too grown for that, for one. Like, no.
Jay?
First of all, whose car is that? I didn't know he had a car. That's number one. Like, whose car is he in? That's number one. Number two, I think that, when you're going through something like this, remember, this is the first time he's been out from jail. I keep going back to that. So he's trying to reassimilate to society as it is today, right? So a lot of his mindset is not current. His mindset is like, okay, I'm gonna go where I can, but I also have pride, too much pride in myself to ask for help. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, you're looking at him and you're looking at that face and you look at him in the car. He is in total regret of messing up with Deja because he had it. You know, when you have a good thing and it's gone, it's like, damn, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure it out. So I think right here is the moment where he's like, man, I messed up. How do I get through this? Yeah, I'm outside the house, but daggone it, I don't want to ask. So I've been asking for favors. I asked Trig to stay at his house. I asked, you know what I'm saying? Like I messed up. I'm trying to figure it out. But when Darnell came out there, my guy Darnell with the
house
it
coat.
changed his whole character, man. Like the no Bluetooth, and now you wearing your white
had his
freaking
Bluetooth.
robe.
We found the Bluetooth. I saw it earlier. I said, okay.
But no, I'm
Bluetooth.
talking about when he knocked on
out
the window.
there. Okay, yeah.
He don't got no Bluetooth, and now he wearing, you know, wifey's robe. I was like, okay, you definitely a married man. I see you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna knock you. But yeah, I think I think a lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people get into that place where it's like, damn, I messed up. I don't want to bother nobody and ask for no help because that's just going to keep going and going and going where I'm going to be begging people for help. I need to figure this out myself. So I think that's where he was.
Yeah, which is sad because at the end of the day, and I learned this as I got older, is that, being an island of one is really about pride. It's really nothing outside of that. And sometimes we have to let that go to get the help we need so we can be better, right? But y'all, so we see a situation, right? And I did this on purpose. I put it in this order for a reason because we're on Love Connection, okay? When I tell you, I was like, okay, Chuck Woolery will be back in 2 and 2 because
that's my guy.
The way he had Bachelorette number 1, Bachelorette number 2, and Bachelorette number 3, all in the same night. You know what it was really giving? It was giving Coming to America when Prince Akeem was looking for his wife. And,
yes.
Together, the doctor separated us. Like, it gave all of those vibes. He has one chick who orders the whole left side of the menu. Right. And he says, well, I guess I'll just have a water. So I think that was his hotel money, Candy. And then he has the other one, like, are you ready to get married? Is marriage on your radar? And then he has the other one who says her baby daddy's stalking her, not baby daddy, but her ex. And her head has to stay on a swivel because he's going to unalive the next person. What did y'all think of this dating game? What did you think? I'll start with you, Jay. Sleeping in the car.
Oh, hilarious. This whole scene, as soon as he walked in the door and he's like, ooh, I see her over there. Ooh, yeah, you the one. Ooh, I come. Like, it was just hilarious. Shout out to Jason Weaver because he did a great job. But the first one that he spoke to was the one in the middle, and he was like, yo, I'm here for you. And she's like, what was your last relationship? I was like, what happened to, hello, my name is Shad, what's your name? Like, she just went right into, oh, you out for a rebound, huh? You want a rebound chick? No, I'm here for love. You want to get married? Hell no. Get out. Next. and the sit down, oh my God, I felt like, and shout out to my people in Atlanta. Shout out to all my people in Atlanta, but I felt like I was back in Atlanta when it was like, yeah, get what you want. Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, let me get the lobster, let me get this, let me get that, and let me get a getaway plate because I'm gonna take some food home. Oh no, you can't eat my food. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm back in Georgia. Right there. But shout out to all my ladies in Georgia. Shout out to all my ladies in Georgia. But the I gotta look over my shoulder. My ex is coming for me. Oh my God. Every one of those like scenes was just hilarious. And the fact that he was just kind of going along, bro, I would have just got up when she was ordering the lobster, like, oh no, I'm good. Bye. I ain't going to sit here drinking ginger ale while you eating good. No, hell no. Hell to the no.
Used himself, went to the bathroom and dipped out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same spot.
Exactly.
Quickly. Yeah.
Hell no.
What do you think about this date? His love connection, his bachelorette.
I was like, what in the ham and cheese is Rashad doing? Like, why? Sir,
Again, coming straight out of jail. Come on, man. He is so green when it comes down to this dating thing for real. Like, I don't even think he was like moving around like that before he went inside. You know what I mean? Now he's an older man trying to live in this society. It's like, dude, you don't even know the game, bro. You terrible at the game. Terrible.
Maybe
that lady, she ordered. Like my homeboy say, what would you like? Menu. And that's what she did. She ordered menu because I was like, dang, is she gonna stop calling out items off the menu? But that's what he get though. That's what he gets. And like you said, that was his hotel money or whatever, tent money, because he could have put 10 in the car. That's my whole thing. Do some tent if you're gonna be doing all this, sir. Yeah. And the lady with that said her head was on the swivel, he should have ran really fast because that was a no. Run. Yes. Like I Black Panther, run.
Victor's woman don't get down with Rashad like that. She don't want nobody else living in the house, does she?
No. Is she
especially
there?
now that Jake is gone. I don't know. Because why didn't he ask her? He lived there before. Hey, Sharon, welcome back. I would have risked it for number 3. He got to just tint those windows. Really? You taking chances like that?
You living a dangerous life.
Oh my goodness gracious! So that he didn't catch me in traffic with her. Dang, yeah, I wouldn't take them type of chances. Dangerous.
Because you don't know who the ex is. The ex might be Duda. No.
What if it was?
Listen, okay, we're not playing those types of games. No,
not at all, y'all. Not at all. Let's see what else we got here. So after all is said and done, bag. He got his spend a night bag. Back in my day, we call it the whole bag. You know what I mean? That's the one you kept on deck. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. Yeah. But he had his spend a night bag. And she said, he said, I'm here to change them locks. She said, baby, you gonna change something else. First, you can worry about them locks in the morning.
In the morning.
Right now. Yeah. What did you think about the elderly cougar cat invitation, Jay? Were you this was out of the blue for me. I'm like, really?
Yo, first and foremost, let's run it back to when they went to the house fixing stuff up. Like, she was on the prowl. Like, you could see in her eyes, she's standing there looking at him. I could see the mother freaking heat come from her body. Like, ooh, look at this man right here trying to fix my plumbing. He looking kind of good. I like him kind of young. I saw that. I was like, for real? It's been a while, huh? It's been a while. And this the guy you're going to choose? Okay, well, he needs you more than you need him. Trust me, okay? Because he don't got no place to go. And I was actually surprised, as you said, Ashley, but I was kind of happy because I want to see how this is going to play out. Like, how is she going to utilize him? Because this is more than just, I want to get my little cootie cat scratched. This is okay. You can do something for me more so than change the locks, scratch my cootie cat, and some other stuff. So I'm going to utilize you, young man, to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to how she's going to utilize them.
Because look at that look on her face, honey. I feel like she going to ruin Shai's life. He's not going to be able to cope. He's going to wake up walking in the morning. Candy, what did you think, friend?
You and your captions be spot on, okay? Spend a night bag. Like Jay, I knew when they were working on whatever at her house that she was, scoping out she was checking out the view, seeing what time it was. She heard that he was in prison or jail. I can't remember what she said, prison or jail. I think that might have turned her on. She got a little young thug in her life that she might want some thug loving. I don't know. Didn't Bobby Brown have a song called Thug Loving or something?
I think so.
She might want some thug loving, and she's fine with those locks being put on her door, because
and more.
She want him to unlock something else and get that coot nanny.
Yeah, it's just
That's
despicable.
really a coot nanny.
Yeah, that's one. You got to be a bold son of a gun. He with it. Listen, he said, whatever I
Yeah.
got to do to lay my head somewhere tonight, you know?
Is that what it is though? Is that just to lay his head somewhere? I mean, is he that what they call that? What hobosexual? Is he he's a hobosexual? God almighty.
Unfortunately, because it sounds like he's got ideals, like he wants to be the man that provides and do all that. You'll hear him talking about that a lot. But when Darnell invited him in, Jada's not having it. Jada said, I don't want this grown man in my house. And, they be babysitting the kids. She probably has her reasons. And so he probably doesn't feel comfortable. So I think he might feel better. You know what they say, fair exchange ain't no robbery. So if he gives her the dizzle and she gives him a place to stay, maybe he feels like he worked for it.
Also, just to add to this, I believe Alicia is the type to say, you just got out of jail. You ain't making your own money. The conversation was, this is what I want to do in my life, but I'm working on that. I'm putting my money underneath the mattress or in my box or whatever. And she's like, there's other ways. Why don't you give your money to somebody you trust? You could trust me. So I think she's looking at it as a project with a man who is desperate, that is willing to do anything. And she wants to have people around her that is willing to do anything if she pays the right amount of money. So she is an actual user and collector of people that she can use them to a point to get her to do what she needs them to do.
So do you think she will have him to be squeezed on the trigger?
I think she'll have him do whatever she wants him to do. I mean, I did see the preview, the trailer, right? And what we're going to see is that Shad is going to clean up, but he may become one of her like henchmen, bodyguard type, like, okay, I need a good person by my side that I can trust. If I make this money, then, I'm gonna let you have it so you can take care of it. But I think he's going to develop this relationship with her where he's going to do anything for her at any given time, even if that means taking out Duda or whoever.
And I feel like that was the big takeaway that I had from this whole episode was Alicia building her army, right? She's building all of these alliances, honey, because she was big mama with the bag. You need, how much you need? What do you need?
Right.
What do you need? And we know nothing she does is altruistic, very smart, very methodical woman. So yeah, I tend to agree with Jay. That's what we're going to see. Now, this one I feel was a throwaway scene, and I just was like, all right, okay. It wasn't even really any contention. Nut comes up to Rob and is like, I want in the biz. I know what you did. I know what you did last summer. If you don't let me in to Tiff's biz, I'm going to tell. And Rob says, okay, I do want to live. You're in. How did y'all feel about this? I'll start with you, Candy.
He gave in so easily, and I understand, your life is on the line, but you didn't even give him the opportunity to, I wouldn't have gave in that easily to somebody else's business, even though it's our business, but it's Tiffany's business. But I don't, Rob, maybe because of what he just went through, he's like, okay, all right, cool, all right, you can get in. I don't know. I just didn't like, sir, how you just gonna say okay? I don't know.
Because it started out like,
scene for me.
Because he was like, I'm not scared to go. Everybody got a time to go. And then it's like you turn around and you are scared to go. Because when he threatened to take you out, that's when you acquiesce, Jay. What'd you think about this scene? Did we need this? Did we?
So let's look at the entire scene. The entire scene is, as we know it, Nuck was looking for him to take him out. Mm-hmm. Last episode, he went to the hospital to finish the job, couldn't find him because, Alicia got him out of there. He rolled up on him with a strap. So Rob already knew what time it was. So if you got a strap to you, you're not going to fight back with anything at that point if you want to live. He said, I ain't afraid to go, but I don't want to go. That's what he said. I don't want to leave the earth. But it is what it is. Like, if you're going to take me out, take me out. So was it a waste? No, because I think this is going to be the beginning of the setup for us to get Nuck out of here. I think he is going to let him in. And there's a possibility that there will be a setup so Alicia or her goons or whoever to get him out of there. that's going to be part of the pawn to go from Duda's chess piece.
Yeah, he gotta go. I just felt like I'm so over Nuck. I'm ready for him to go now. And Rob is getting on my nerves too. So I guess that's why it didn't move me.
So we don't see
No,
Nuck turning the corner.
no,
We don't.
I don't.
No. Okay.
I don't see redemption for Nuck. What do you
Well,
what do you think?
he said it. He said it last episode, man. You know, when Bakari asked him, "Hey, listen, man, don't you want to get out of the game? And you know, why haven't you tried to get out of this thing?" And Nuck was just like, "Yo, not everybody's dreams could come true." He already gave up on doing anything outside of what he's currently doing right now.
Yeah,
And
but it
again,
seems like. Go
we
ahead.
talked about it all. We talked about it also that Nuck there has to be retribution for what Nuck did to Papa's Papa, what he did as far as the trafficking, what he did as far as everything that he's already done. Everybody has to pay. So I think this is leading up to Nuck's time to get out of here. So I don't think he's going to spend the bar.
He got to pay. He got to pay for it. He got to answer those wrongdoings. So yeah.
He does. Okay. DeMarcus says Alicia's using Rashad to take out Duda. It would be interesting if Dante worked for Alicia and took out Duda because Dante don't like Duda either. Not good thing you warned me. Okay. Alicia should have a problem. Alicia should have a problem with Emmett the way Emmett took Smokies from Sonny. I think Sonny and Alicia are brother and sister. Nuck does not want to be in charge, but also would be happy to be out the game. Let's see, y'all. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I did it. I said it because that's what Jimmy gets. We saw in this episode, Jake recruited models for his fashion line and was there at the photo shoot. None other than Papa's older woman. And, how did you come? And she's like, I saw the ad. And so later on that night, as Gemma and Jake are going to bed, I didn't think they were together anymore. Last week, we saw Jake on the Insta looking at new girls, and we saw Gemma steadily kissing and dating Brittany. So I was shocked that they are still, they were sleeping in the same bed that night. But I digress. He's going through pictures of the shoot, stops on our girl. Gemma don't like it. What'd you think of this, Candy? What'd you think? What'd you think?
Your cat again. You are spot on. Ha ha ha. Good. I'm glad she saw it, and not that he was hiding it. I'm glad she saw it. I was kind of confused about what's her name? The Papa's little girl, Alexis. Well, anyway, I was surprised to see her. Kenya. Yeah. Dang, Alexis. I was surprised to see her. And she looked like she would give Jake the business, but I don't want them to be doing all that cross contamination. I don't like all that back and forth. I wish it was somebody else other than Kenya that was, on that picture. I just didn't like. I wish she wasn't even there. Like, why we got to do all this back and forth with friends, exes, and things like that. I didn't even want her to be in the photo shoot. But back to the point of the picture that you have here, I was glad she saw it, and Jake was so dismissive of what she had to say. When they got in bed, they wouldn't have gotten in bed like 80-year-old couple, like they
back to back.
Yeah. I'm like, y'all too young to be sleeping 2 feet apart. No.
What'd you think, Jay?
Yeah. Yeah, young lady looks good. And it was kind of out of nowhere that she's modeling, right? Like I was like, Kenya, what you doing here? Don't you work at Smokies? Like, what's going on? So when Zay hooked them up with the money and said, yo, hire help, I didn't think he was going down this road, but then you remember the last conversation that he had with Trig, not going to the mental health session and then looking on IG and seeing all the ladies hitting them in the inbox. I guess this is what we have, which is this modeling shoot, right? So I'm with you on that. And yes, Monique 69 Ways, Gemma had the nerve, right, to act like she, like concerned about Jake now when she messing around with freaking Brittany. Like, you just a spoiled ass brat. You want to have your cake and eat it too. And again, back to you, Ashley, I was surprised for her to be at his house, sleeping in his bed. So I guess they was, the whole conversation before was, this supposed to be my crib, you know what I'm saying? And not you. You ain't gonna be living here with me, da da da. But I guess, they probably messed around again, and she was like in the bed. Right. But I'm just tired of Jim is spoiled ass. Like, she's a spoiled brat to me. And it's like when some go left with Jake, she go to Brittany. Someone go left with Brittany, she go back to Jake. And I'm like, this is terrible. You know what I mean? I hope, like you said, Candy, I hope that Jake don't smash Kenya. I hope it doesn't happen. If it happens, though, it happens. Papa is not with Kenya at all. He made it clear, I can't be with you because I want to follow my father's wishes. I'm going to, what I'm saying? Like, he broke her heart because she was there for him. Okay, it's only right. Like, this is what it is. But it looks like Kenya's there strictly for business, but we'll see where it goes. But this is a whole setup for something else. Like I said, this is the setup episode.
But still, it's like Chicago's big enough for y'all to have different girls. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need the same girls to be.
But then we got to introduce a new character. I mean, we got to get to know her too. It's a whole nother complexity of another personality. That's all it is.
I mean, don't be lazy. Just do it.
We got time.
Yeah. And I will say my biggest takeaway from Tiara this episode, or Gemma, was that I felt like she was a carbon copy of Tiara. I was like, oh, that's your mini. Like, they're literally the same. They even are dressing the same now. I was like, okay, she's her carbon copy now. I guess that's what she wanted. I guess that's what she wanted to make her.
She does dress very mature for her age.
Mm-hmm. She's 19, right?
Her little suits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
suits. All right. We saw Tony Childs and Duda. And she's, not many people make a mark in this world. And Duda, they're going to remember you. You know what I mean? You made a mark. And Duda says, baby, no one said anything like that to me. Let me take you into this back room and show you my strong back. Is Duda this dumb? He can't be this silly at his big, large age to not see right through Tony Childs. Jay, does he see through this facade of flattery? Or,
I mean,
taking it all in?
Duda know how to play the game, man. He is the game, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So this was super obvious to me, right? We know that the plan is in place. We know Alicia says, all right, get close to him, get so close to him, so I know exactly what's going on with him because we plan on taking him out eventually, right? But I think Duda is just playing along. He might slightly believe what she's saying. He doesn't have any reason not to trust her. He hasn't seen anything from Bianca to make him be like, I can't really trust her, because they was smashing. Remember, it was 420 last part of the season, and that was the first scene. They was smashing and smoking and doing all types of stuff. The strong back, as you call it, and everything. It was going down in the shower. Okay, before Rosin came in there and just ruined the whole thing. I wanted it to continue to go on, but it didn't. But make a long story short, she's not giving him any indication to not trust her yet. Will he fall for it? I don't think so. I hope nothing happens to Bianca, but she is just playing it real, real close to like, what you really doing? You know what I'm saying? You bigging me up now? Like, you've never really bigged me up like this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would make me question, like, what you want? What you up to? So.
That's what I felt. After that attempt, that's my thought, Matthew. Yeah. I feel like he should be a full alert. Candy, what did you think? What did you think?
I was wondering if if this is new conversations for her to be having, like being so kind and so uplifting. Is that new for her? If it is, then she better keep her head on the swivel. But I think he's smarter than we want to give him credit for, because that's, like you said, he's the game. This is what he does. This is his life. He plays games and he, flips it and reverses it on everybody. So, hopefully he will not do anything to her and, let time go on and see what's going to happen. As far as her taking him out for Alicia or putting him in the position to be taken out, I don't know if she's supposed to do it herself or what, but I think time will reveal. the truth, as Diddy
Yeah.
says.
Early prediction. I think she'll be gone by the end of the season. I don't see it for Tony Childs. I want
By
to. I
him?
love by somebody. Either she's going to fail the mission and she'll confess to Duda everything that's going on, and Alicia will be on, getting her out of there, or Duda will find out she's working for Alicia and get rid of her. Or with Rosalind Candy Burris, right? She'll come back because she always comes back carrying a bone, right? And say, your girl is working for blah, 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 and she'll help him get rid of her. That
I can
seems
see
more.
that. I agree
Yeah.
with you. I could see that happening because she's always coming to clean up stuff and save the day and be like, this is what's going on. Because last time she came, this is what's going on. The feds is all over us. So you need to talk to your boy Trig and make sure we on the same page. Remember that? So yeah, I could agree with you, Ashley. She probably will come back and be like, your girl is playing a dangerous game. She's trying to play you.
She's a cleanup woman.
Cleanup woman.
Yeah, dude is Olivia Pope. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, so we meet Mr. Alonzo Lafayette. Okay, which again we see Trig's campaign guy, manager, whoever he is, and Alonzo the lawyer. Shaking hands. Trig said, "What do I need a lawyer for?" He said, "Baby, get in the car." As they're driving, Mr. Lafayette says, "Listen, they got your prints off the car that we saw. We saw the car. And if they can't pin this on Do Baby, you next in line, and you will be gone for the rest of your life, Otis. You will be gone.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis, if you go down." Candy, what did you think about this scene? What did you think about Leon, I Want to Exhale's introduction on the season, on the show?
Exhale and inhale, because it smells like he wears Baccarat 540, that expensive cologne. He smells expensive. He smells expensive. Leon is just fine as wine, and
so womanish.
Preach, sis. Tell the truth.
He's just a lovely specimen to watch. And the older he gets, the better he looks.
And back to the scene you were saying.
I'm in the scene, sir. You see the frame, the gold frame? Listen, he's giving all the things in the frame, okay? I like the way he delivered. I like his delivery. Leon is a very great actor. I wish he would have more roles, like permanent places versus spots roles that he gets. But maybe that's what he likes. I don't know. But yeah, he came in on time and got the information to Trig and let him know what's what. I wonder, how did they know that the fingerprints were on the car? How did the guy get the information?
Gotta have somebody on the inside. People know people. Defense attorneys always know the prosecutors. But Jay, what do you think, Jay? What do you think to what Candy says and to this whole last couple scenes of the episode?
Oh yeah, shout out to Leon, definitely, legendary actor. And yeah, he had a major role, playing Ruffin, you know what I'm saying? So with the movie, you know what I'm saying, he did his thing with that. But when it comes down to this, Trig, Victor's campaign guy, is very well connected in and outside of law enforcement. So I'm not surprised. His job is to find out things that are going to either help or hurt Victor when it comes down to not only the campaign, but also now that he's in office. So it's his job to detect and to get this information. Anything that's going to hurt his person that he's elected and assigned to, take care of him, he's going to find out that information. So yeah, we had to call on this guy. There's something deeper about Mr. Lafayette, like I predicted and put out there, and I think the market said it as well, that this might be Rob's father. That's what I'm thinking. That would be dope if it was. But this is something real dangerous, and I did do a prediction on this, and I did say that they're not going to be able to pin this on Duda somehow, some way. They're not going to be able to pin it on Duda. It's going to come back to Victor. Especially now because he's in public office, right? So if they found the fingerprints, How do we get around this? That's the question. So, it was good that we got the information because we kind of predicted it, right? We kind of said, okay, they're there because Victor's in trouble. So we'll see how this plays out.
We shall see. Listen,
Question.
Mhm.
Because I saw them show the scene of Victor and Duda when Duda put the bullets in the guy. Trick didn't have any gloves on. He didn't have anything on his hands.
I don't remember seeing it. I don't think he did because remember when he picked him up, when Duda picked up Victor, aka Trig, he said, "I need help." Trig just jumped in the car. He didn't know what was going on until he heard the bumping in the trunk, and it was Q trying to get out of the trunk. So his hands was probably on the steering wheel to everything all over the car. And then when Duda pow, 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 pow into Q, he was like, what the hell? I told you I needed help. Now I need help getting rid of this body. So no, he didn't know what he was getting into before he got into the car with Duda. So yeah, his fingerprints are all over. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking they were on the outside of the car, but okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
so who closed the trunk down? Was it
Trig did or Victor?
It was Victor.
With no gloves. Of course.
I don't think he was prepared. It wasn't like he was going to, you know what I mean? Because usually when he gets in his all black, he got the whole look down. This, he was just, kind of got enlisted to help and clean this up. So I don't think he was prepared like he normally would have been.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, I wonder if we're going to see a trial by the end of the season because you know how they like to stretch out the corrupt public officials. So it'll be interesting to see. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the episode 10?
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was a 7.5. I thought it was a setup episode. I thought it was cool. It wasn't. I didn't hate it, but again, super setup. I really wonder what's going to happen with Jake and Kenya. I really wonder what's going to happen with Bakari. And again, I hope he doesn't overexpose because he sees this guy as a father figure. And he's going to trust in Professor Gardner too much. And what is Professor Gardner going to do? Is he going to feel obligated to help this man, but it's really going to hurt Bakari because he's going to have to tell the authorities. He's going to have to give up this information. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he gets out. I really hope Bakari gets out. And as far as Emmett, Emmett really is going to have to play both sides of the fence. And yes, your boy Shad, shout out to Shad. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the cool. Shout out to Shad.
Recruiting Nanny. You, Candy, any final thoughts on the episode that you want to share?
Y'all really got me thinking about this last part of this episode. Like, I wonder if he's going to say, like, I had his car one day, I drove it or something. Maybe that's why my fingerprints are on the car. I hope I don't know. There might be too low-hanging fruit of a response. Especially because he's unalived and he was still in the trunk of the car, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how he's going to get out of this. And yes, Jake, I don't want Jake and Kenya to do anything. I don't like that. So I hope that dies down this episode. I hope that's the last time we see her. We don't see her again unless it's on a picture. Rashad and old Coot Nanny, I would like to see what develops of that and where she places Rashad in her organization. I would like to see that. Hopefully, he's housed and not unhoused because he's too old for that. We didn't talk about him giving unless I missed it when I went to the door. Rashad giving flowers to
right. We missed that one.
Yeah, he walked back out with them same flowers.
She sure did. She said flowers on fix it. She said, I loved you too. Bye.
Bye. You put a D on the end of that thing. I was like, okay, Rashad.
Yeah, that was right before Shad went to Miss Cougar's house.
Yes.
She was like, it's late. And he was like, oh, I want to fix your locks real quick and lay the pipe down.
You want to unlock some locks.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
but this was, like I said, like Jay said, this was a build-up episode to, what's going to happen for the rest of the season. It was a good episode overall, but it's still a 7.5.
Okay. Well, Candy, I am going to give you the floor. Let the people know what's going on with you this week, ma'am.
Okay, so at 8:05, Aries and I are going to be recapping Dead Presidents. So please come over to both of our channels. Go ahead and like the video because it's already ready. Just go ahead and like it. We like early likes. You can go ahead and comment as well. All of that is good stuff. Then tomorrow, Inga and I at 8:05 are doing Love and Marriage Huntsville, which comes on tonight at 8. So if you all haven't watched that show, please do so, or watch our recaps that we've done the last 2 weeks. So go catch those and then catch us tomorrow at 8:05. And that's all I have. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to let the people know what I got going on.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And now, Jay from VACAY-JayTV, what you got going on, sir?
Well, family, it's been a pleasure as always, as we always do on Saturdays. Thank you for coming through and hanging with us with the Shy. So, fam, look, I am dropping character breakdowns on these characters in Ghosts. So thank you for watching the Kane video. Thank you for watching the Effie video. And also I did a character breakdown on Emmett as well. So definitely check that out. Run those numbers up as well. Definitely hit the likes on that as well. So we got more videos coming. We got, of course, Braden and Diana coming next, right? We got a whole bunch of people coming next as far as the breakdowns for Power because we're getting prepared, right? So this coming Monday, we're going to be doing, of course, final predictions for episode 11 of The Shy. Look out for that. Look out for those picks. We're going to be dropping that on Monday. And then Wednesday, we'll be back, myself and Ashley, as we, again, break down Power. We're getting ready for Power Book 2, Season 4 coming back. So we're having a lot of fun with that. So look forward to that. And then, yeah, I'll be back next week to cover episode 11 of The Shy. So get ready for that as well, fam. All right. Definitely stick with us. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Keep it going. Salute.
Thank y'all so much for letting people know what you guys have going on. And thank y'all for rocking with us today. We appreciate you. We appreciate your patience. Listen, I do, because you see it. I'm a little bit disheveled. But today at 6:35, if you got time and you love reality TV, head on over to the channel. 6:35, me and Tyra from Struggle Reviews TV will be covering The Ultimatum South Africa, and I cannot wait. I have 3 uploads coming. We've got Under the Bridge episode 6, Bridgerton season 3, first half. Okay, the first 4 episodes. And then I've got something else. I can't even think of the name of it right now. But you heard Jay. Monday night, we're in the house. Tuesday night, I'm in the house for Interview with a Vampire with Tyra and Kay. And then Wednesday, back for part 4 in the Ghost series. Y'all, can y'all believe it? We are almost to the season 4 premiere, and I cannot wait. But thank you guys so much for being with us. We appreciate you being so live in the chat and all of your support. We wouldn't or couldn't do it without y'all. So without further ado, we say thank you and have the most amazing rest of your day.
This ain't a Beamer, this a big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He's tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I.